beautiful Lefkada in Greece, creating this wonderful elixir called Ionian Olive with mallow water. Now I'm going to create this, or I am creating this elixir with the sun and the moon energy. So I'm doing it over 2 days, over one night and a full day. And this is a really wonderful elixir for people who are dealing with fraught situations. In fact, there's many aspects to this particular elixir, which is why it's taking me quite a long time to make it. And combining the sun and the moon together was really important to me. So creating with olive, obviously, because there's numerous amounts of beautiful olive trees around here, and it's a great elixir for dealing with fraught energy, especially fraught energy within the home and with the workplace, and also maybe around yourself in your auric field, which is why I'm creating it in a mister form as well. So to begin with, this is an elixir about holding out the olive branch to not only dispel fraughtness and anger and argumentative issues within the space that you may be in, but also to accept the other person. It's a elixir of forgiveness as well, forgiveness for self and forgiveness of others. Now it gets a bit deeper than that. It's not, as you can imagine with me, it's not going to be just about that. It's also about when you feel a sense of exhaustion, when you feel tired within yourself, when you feel like you just want to give up. And it's also really good for when you're feeling that sense of stuckness, that sense of I'm not flowing. And you know how olive oil kind of flows and moves, and it's got that sort of really smooth energy about it. Well, it's also about that when you're feeling stuckness, whether you're in this place of exhaustion or whether you're in this argumentative space. It's also about just allowing that to flow and let it go, but doing it with ease and doing it without any tension. So this elixir is also, and then the Mister 2 is also about confusion. So when you're in a confusing situation, when you're in confusing relationship, when you're in a confusing job, when you're in a confusing personal space, it's a really good elixir or mister, or bringing them both together, obviously for the internal and the external, will just speed that process on a hell of a lot faster. Now a big thing about this is, if you can see the olive tree behind me, I don't know if you can see it on the film, but an olive leaf has a really beautiful silver lining, and that says a lot to me about what this elixir and this mister is also about. It helps you to see the silver lining, so the positivity in everything that you do. So no matter how you're feeling within yourself, no matter how whatever this situation is that you're buying olive for, then what it allows you to do is to see the silver lining, or the light at the end of the tunnel, or the positive energy behind it. Okay, so the reason why I'm adding mallow to this is because mallow is a very good flower for the center. It's very good for the digestive system, for you to be able to digest this, to be able to really take on this energy and feeling without it really upsetting you and without it upsetting your center. Now I've created the mallow in the moon, and I've also created the mallow in the sunlight, so it brings harmony and it brings balance as well. I was called to do it in the sun, so I'm mixing them both together, so you really get the balance between the sun and the moon energies. And what this will do is, because the energy is quite a strong energy that I'm explaining about the olive, which I've just explained about, what will happen with the mallow, it'll help to lift that. It'll help to make this experience lighter, so you're not just down in in the mud space with everything that's going on outside of you and internally. The mallow helps you to lift. The mallow is also known as Rose of Sharon. It's not a rose, it's a mallow flower. So it looks a bit like the wildflower, and we'll show you some pictures of it on the film. Beautiful flower in itself, and I'm making it with the purple one. That was the one that called to me. There's pink and there's purple around me, but the purple one was the one that called to me. So that's not just it. As I was creating this elixir, and as I was working with it, the energies of lizard were there, also moth and spider. So I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what these energies of the animals are about, because these, especially the moth and the spider, they're all about the sort of shadowy, darker energies. And the lizard is about objectivity and detaching from things. So the lizard was, as soon as I put this essence out to create it, the lizard came, which was a really strong sense of being objective to everything that's going on, so standing back from everything that's going on. So as you can see, this elixir's got, and this mist is going to have a lot in it, so not for the faint-hearted as always, but you know, quite complex, which is why I'm making it over a couple of days. The spider came out also, so the spider came out when I picked up the essence, so it was at the other end of the lizard came out when I was putting it down, and the spider came out when I was picking it up. So the spider is all about feminine energy, whether you're male or female, so they're the sun and moon energies, and also creativity. And I have actually written this down so I don't get it wrong for you, because I want to get it right, I want to get it spot on. The spider is a creative aspect of the feminine energy residing in all of us, the shadow self, the dark aspects of life and our personality. So it helps you to see those darker sides of you and just be able to accept that. And also the moth. The moth was actually fluttering round the elixir, so really beautiful little moth. And the moth totem is about the master of your own disguise. So it also means, are you staying in your shadow? Are you not accepting yourself as you truly are? Are you not accepting those other parts of you, those other darker sides of you? Are you not allowing those to be seen? Are you sitting in them too much? So looking at the contrast of both of those. And also, are you keeping yourself hidden, and are you sitting too much in your emotions? Remember, it's that kind of better feeling place and allowing us to get into that better feeling place. So that is a lot. This is going to be called Ionian Olive, and it will have waters of mallow in it, and it is a really complex elixir. As you can see, I've made it over quite a long period of time, so again, as always, it's not for the light-hearted, but made in a very special and very beautiful place. So who is this for? Who is this elixir for? Who's this mister for? So this mister is really for the person who's going through a fraught time with self, and also with a partner in a workspace, in a relationship, whatever the situation is, however personal it is. It's for allowing yourself to be in a space of detachment from these fraught energies. The spray is really good to be able to spray around to really dispel all those feelings and those sensations of fraughtness and argumentativeness, and even those senses of anger that come up with all of this stuff. The mister will have powerful essential oils in there also, and it's really, really good for being able to see the silver lining in things, to feel that better feeling place, so that when these things are going on for you, to be able to see the positive side of it, to see it with a smile, knowing that these things are contrast in life, so that when we do feel the good things, we feel them with excitement and we feel them with positivity. So this particular, obviously I'm here for a period of time, so this particular bottle will only be available for a limited amount of time, and it will only be available until it runs out. I have one bottle of this mother tincture, and once the mother tincture is finished, then the whole elixir will be complete. So if you feel that the Ionian Olive elixir or mister suits you, please click the link on this page and let me know your stories about how it's worked for you.